Hola, this is Sharon, and I am going to try to do a tutorial on a tag. Now it's very awkward. I'm not good at tutorials, but I'm going to give it my best shot. And tags come in all different sizes and all different shapes. And the one I'm using is 6.5 by 3 1/8. And so far all I've done is put paper on one side, and this is the steampunk paper. Now before I put on the other side, I want to punch the hole here so I don't lose it. So I'm going to use this. I need to change the position a little. It's too high up. Okay. And now you don't have to necessarily punch the hole out, but I like to put fibers and hang a charm. So that's why I do it. Now, the tag is pretty flimsy, and if you're doing a swap, which I'm going to be doing, it's nice to put a lightweight cardboard before you cover the other side. So I've just taken a cereal box and cut it to the size, and I'm going to glue this down. And I'm going to do it with this tacky glue. And I do not know how to speed up, so I'm sorry you're going to have to suffer through every little step. And you can always skip over and move on to the parts you want. I do that sometimes when I'm in a rush and I just want to get to the part that I really have questions about. I'll just go forward it, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, we all have such limited time. Who wants to sit in front of their computer for 2 hours? I don't want to. Okay, so I'm aligning it up. That's a good thing about wet glue. You at least have a little play time, and this tacky glue gives me a little bit more play time than does the quick dry one by Scotch. So I like that about this tacky one. Now if you have any spots that, oh, you know, it looks a little high, so you trim. And you know, if it's just like barely sticking out like that, you can sand it. So let's see, I'm just gonna cut right here, and then I'll sand it later. Okay, so now I'm ready to put my paper on the back. So I want this is the other side of this one. And because this is really busy, it'll take away, I want to put this on there, but it's so busy. So I'm thinking the not so busy side is the best to put my picture on. So, more glue. I try to not squeeze it so much that it gets all over the place, but enough that it doesn't dry and just fall off, because I've had that happen when I put it too lightly. And I'm not watching the computer, see if you could see me, so I hope I'm in frame here. It's hard to work and look at the computer. Some of you are such pros at doing your tutorials, and it's like, oh, I wish I could be like that, but do the best I can. Okay, so I think I got it on there, and then I just have to cut away the parts on the top there. And let me get it nice and stuck on. And for the edges of the paper, before I glued them down, I like to ink up the edges, and this is Vintage Photo that I used because it has a lot of browns in this. Okay, I think I got it on there good. I hope it doesn't buckle. We'll see. Alright, so I'm going to cut off the edges here. And then since I did some cutting, it's probably going to need some more. Just a bit more of that inking. Okay, now I need to punch that hole again so I have it for the other side. And of course the piece I punched out is stuck in there. Hate how that happens. Oops. Okay. Okay. And I like to put an eyelet. I forgot to bring that. Let me go get one. Put a nice gold one because I love gold. And I don't have it on the right. It's really a hit or miss on the bottom part. I know the point, but this one I never remember which one it is. Okay, we'll see if this one works. Oops, something just dropped. Voila. Okay, what dropped? Well, it's gone. Alright. So now I want to do this side. I took a doily and cut it in half, and then I inked it up with tumbled glass and sage, the two. First the tumbled glass to try to match that color, and it came out pretty darn close. I want to put this down. And I gotta see whereabouts I want it. Okay, this looks good about here. And then I've got her on. I used up all my foam dots, so I like to cut out the frame that it's in because they work just as good. You know, my mouth is right close to the speaker camera here, so I'm sorry if I get too loud. I'm trying to talk soft, but I get excited once in a while and lose it. So you might want to adjust your volume if I get too loud. It's hard to work near the camera and not be near the speaker. I just have one of those Hewlett-Packard external video cams, so it's nothing fancy. I don't have where I can go close in. Okay, let's see. Does that look about right? Now, I'm not one for measuring and making sure I'm perfectly in the center and all of that stuff. I'm more of, if it looks good, good enough. Okay, that looks straight to me. It's probably really crooked, but I just don't have that ability to get things perfectly straight. Then I've got this lovely lace that Va from Australia, and she's Bianca and don't ask me the numbers, I'll put it in the description. She sent me this in a rack. We sort of did like a swap rack type thing, and I want to put that here. Let me move this other stuff out of the way because it's sticking to me. Okay, so with lace I like to use this stuff. I better cover up that other glue or it's going to go dry on me. And I need to curve in the edges a little. So let's see. First I'm going to glue it up. It started coming out before I even pushed it. When it's nice and full, it does that. So you don't have to put a lot with this stuff. Very little. And it leaves spider webs, just like the glue gun. I do not like the glue gun. And this dries very quick too. So I need to put the edge in. If I can get a hold of it. And I'll have to glue that. Let me see. I can go back and do that part. I left a big edge here. Shoo, we gotta turn this in. Then I'm going to go back and add glue to those edges that I folded over. Get glue all over the place. See how it makes those spiders? Okay, so I got that one. And I'm terrible about putting lace on straight. It's awful, awful. And you don't get much leeway with this glue. Okay, so I got that on there. Now I want to put some bling. So I want to put, I think I'll put 2 rows, and then I've got to cut it to where it fits. So what I'm doing is cutting. I forgot to keep it on the screen there, sorry. Okay, and let's see. So I want to cut it here. And I don't like all those little stringy things, so gotta cut those off. Try to get those off as much as you can. Then I'm going to put the glue here. And then I'll put this down here. And it covers up that little top part of the lace. That's not as pretty as the rest of it. And I got yuckies all over my fingers. Hate that. But that's part of crafting. You gotta get dirty. Okay. So, there we got that. We got this. And I didn't glue it all the way down because I like that little ruffle look there. Then I found these flowers in my stash and I put the Blazing Sun Lindy Stamp Gang on it, and I think these colors go nice. And this button looks like it could go with steampunk. So good. But it's got this metal that I cannot cut off. So I'm going to stick it in the flower. And hopefully it'll work out. We'll see. So first I'm going to glue down. And since it's heavy duty, I'm going to use this because this seems to be such a strong glue. I mean, you don't have to use it just for fabric. I use it for almost everything, really. So I'm going to put this here. Can you see me? Okay. Then I'm putting this, and then I've got a stick. Let me put here too. And I'm going to stick this button through that. Oh, I'm going to go yuck, you know. Yuck. And then let's see how my invention works. Will it? I don't know if it's gonna stay, but I'm giving it the best shot. Ugh. Got glue on it. Good thing about this glue, it rubs off really easy. Okay, we'll see how that works. I love that button. I wish they didn't have the, what do they call that? The shank on the back. Showing all my info here. Okay, so once you got that part, well, this is trying to dry. I want to put some fibers up here. So I have this stuff that's been sitting and waiting to be used. So I'm going to use it finally. I made it awfully long. Don't ask me why I did that. You do not have to make it this long. And it's nice if you have something to push it through, which I didn't bring with me. But let's see if I can do this. Okay. I did it. And then, yeah. Open it up and push this through. And so it has the green, and it's got the reddish, and then it's got some white. I don't like it so long though. Let me cut off some. There. And then I like to put a charm. And I've got this little charm. I wish I knew how to change the color. I think you can use alcohol ink, and I'll try that later, but for now I'm just putting it on like this. Oops. And then this I put through the knot, and then that's how you can hang. You can make a charm. I'll probably make like a charm to go with this later, but I don't want to bore you making a charm on this. Now you can, you know, put things here if you want it or whatever. I'm going more towards a simpler look. I'm hoping this is sticking. Seems like it is. See, not falling off. So I gotta do the other side. We'll see what happens. Okay, so on the other side, what I like to do, and everybody's different, and everybody has their own style. I have this die for an envelope. And so I put tape here. And I don't want the envelope to be closed. I want it to be open like a pocket. So I'm putting this up like this, and then I want to glue it on here. And I want to put this in here like that. And then I have my info on the back. And when you're doing a swap, you can put what swap it is and what date was the swap. along with your name and whatever else you want to put in there. So oops, I keep going off, I'm sorry. I'm putting glue on this. Now it's just a tidbit bigger, but not that much, so I don't think it's... I wonder if I put it too high. Is this gonna... oh, it'll stay okay. Alright. Now you can hardly tell it's a little bit bigger. Just a tiny, tiny bit, so I figure that's okay. So then I got my info there. And then I love flowers, so I put a lot of colors out, and let's see what I want to use. And of course I had to put the glimmer mist on there, you know, the Lindsay thing, because I like the shiny color. Gosh, I did a lot of flowers. I tell you, just to prepare for this tutorial took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Now what do you think? You think this goes with the turquoise? I'm thinking I like it very much and would love to use it. How about that? Or should I put this? See, that's my problem. I take so long because I've got to look at the different ways to put things together. You know, I like this. That looks pretty. And it captures the brown. Okay, I'm going with that one. And, you know, everybody has their own way of putting flowers. I have a hard time with those bigger, chunkier flowers, how to arrange them. Oh, I need to practice on that. That's one thing I do not do well. And I have all these beautiful flowers, and I don't know how to use them right. Okay, so we got this flower here, and then I'll look for a gem to put there. And I don't want to overdo it with flowers, should I? Because, you know, the paper has so many pretty ones. Should I put one more here, maybe? Does that look too much? I'll do that, because then it covers up pockets since it's the same there. Give it some dimension there. Oh, that was a big spot. Let's share some of that. Okay. Now let me get some gems to put in here. Or do I have, let's see, I have these. Let's see how this would look. Tell you, my fingers are not nimble like they used to be. Does that look okay? I'm going to put a bigger one in the other one. Captures the yellow that's in there. Okay, so this is a very simple one. I could put a little bit of bling around here. Let's see. I don't want to put any bling here. I think, you know, without having to bore you to death, we'll leave it like this, but you could put bling down here, you could put some bling here, you know, however you like. But I'm going to leave it like that. I think I'm going to put some bling over here for the front. So there you go. This is an easy way to make a tag. Now, this is one when I first started making it. I was using Mod Podge, and this is Stampin' Up stamp set, and I colored it with the Stampin' Up pens that I had at the time. Copics weren't around then. And then did a pocket on the back, and that was it. So there's many ways to make. I was in a tag swap. Oh, I wanted to put a pin too. I forgot. Let's see. Which one would go good with this? This sort of doesn't match. How about this big heart? Do you think that would look good? Without ruining the flower. There, how about that? Does that look okay? Have the heart in there. I'll have to see how I can secure it a little bit better. But you get the idea. You can put a nice pin with it. And then I've got the charm up here. And got the fibers. You could put ribbon, whatever you want here. Lace. So, there's the tag. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you liked my little tutorial. Thank you so much.